Welcome back to Who Want a Life Sentence. Thank you guys for tapping in with me. This is part 3 of Incarcerated Young. We're talking about when I had to go to G1 and deal with these bandits. As you guys can see, most times my days be filled up, so I got to try to get this stuff out when I can, but it's definitely a pleasure. I thank y'all for tapping in with me. Melissa here. Thank you, family. Thank you, love. Y'all please like and subscribe. Share the video if you can. Hit the Cash App if you feel necessary, and it ain't no big thing. If not, just enjoy the video with your ugly ass. So listen, I'm talking about I just moved into G1, and okay, so we'll start here. Let me get my yo. All right, so I'm in G1. Like I said, when I first come in, I'm just scanning, checking out everybody, seeing who is who. There's also a punk that was down with us at the bottom of the hill. He was in there also. Now the punk look totally different, and they calling the punk by a different name. They calling the punk Mo. And it's weird because, like I said, the punk done totally changed. Punk actually, in some weird kind of way, look like look like some kind of little girl. You know what I mean? But that's okay. We'll save that for later. So, and then you got Dirty. I remember Dirty being in there. Dirty was in there. Dirty was a country guy, but he was a gangster. That was a good thing. And then you had Fat. Fat was from Albany. He was a gangster, and that was a good thing. Dirty was a short, stocky dude. He was just like, he wasn't stocky. He was short, ripped up, like natural, had tattoos everywhere, a real grimy type voice. And he was a cool dude, but he had years stacked on top of years, for what, I don't know. He was also one of the guys had been in ITP for a year and a half, 2 years. Fat was from Albany. He was actually really cool, but he was, in my opinion, he was a chain gang dude. You know what I mean? He wasn't institutionalized, but he was a chain gang dude. I believe he was with the fuckery. He was big, he was black, I'm talking about naturally, and he could fight. Now, the thing about it is, me and Fat, we got cool, but in my opinion, you know, see, I'm already on guard, and me and Fat got cool a little bit too easy. And, you know, on his end, he making it like it's nothing, which it probably was nothing, and I probably was being paranoid. But, again, we got cool way too easy. So they got what you call down there the fuck game. A lot of people, most people don't participate in the fuck game. What this is, so since we in prison and it's all men, there should be nothing going on that's sexual, you know, especially if I'm a straight man. If you refer to anything sexual, that's called the fuck game. And that can be taken, it can never be taken in a good way. So if like this, like let me see, how's a good way to explain this? So let's get into what, let's get into what the sex game is. I got a definition here, well thought out by myself, that I want to share with you guys. The sex game is a series of unassuming sexual advances from a predator. It is meant to gain access to a physical relationship whereas normally a physical relationship is rejected. Hence, you know, the man on man type stuff. You don't really want that, but somebody coming with the sex game, that thing, you know, man on man is now okay. But be not mistaken. The goal is your booty hole. So the sex game come off as like unassuming fun, but next thing you know, and let me, another disclaimer. I did not play the sex game. Not with my homeboy, not with my homeboys, not with no strangers, not with nobody. So yeah, man, that was so with the sex game, you gonna start light. You know what I mean? You start light with probably with just words, and then, you know, it get a little, it just get further from there. Butler just told a story on his channel was saying where two guys were going so hard back and forth about who was gayer, you know, with the sex game, and to the point where they end up kissing each other in the mouth. You know, and
still locked up if he free. But so they used to be playing the little game, bro. Like going back and forth, like, man, I F you. Man, I F you. No, you ain't gay. No, I'm gay. I was like, boy, they kicking. Then he was like, boy, I kiss you in your mouth. And bro, one day we was in ITP, bro. And we in the day room. And to prove who was the gayest, boy, these folk just started tongue kissing each other in the mouth, man. I'm talking about on some and chain gang. It was like, no, you the different kind of gay. You the gay that allowed victimization to take place. And you like, no, you the kind of gay that allowed victimization to take place. So, long story short, bro. I guess they was just proving who was the gayest. They kissed that man in the mouth, bro.
You know, both of them would, but whatever. That's real interesting. Y'all go check that out on Butler channel. Hold on. So yeah, it's a couple of levels to the sex game. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you first starting, it might be something light with calling names and talking shit. You know what I mean? You might, if you see your partner, and I'm not talking, this is not from experience, but you know, I lived through it. You know what I mean? You see your partner in the shower, like, damn girl, that ass fat today. No, that's the sex game. That called shooting it. You know what I mean? We don't, boy, look, and you tell them off the rip, you got, hey, bro, look, I don't shoot it. I don't shoot it at all. So if it's understood that you don't shoot the bullshit, then anyone who's shooting it with you is automatic disrespect, calls for a fight. I remember my homeboy, we was in dorm 16, two of my homeboys, Mark from Decatur, Tony from Decatur, and all Tony did was told Mark, man, shut the fuck up, or something like that. But just saying that fuck word in the sentence, Mark walked right up and hit him in the mouth. Boom! I'm talking about smacked him. Tony took off his thing and they got to rumbling. But that's how it is. When it comes to shooting it, it's no tolerance if you don't play the sex game. So like if you do play the sex game, you know, it's a level. But like I said, you know, don't be fooled. It's to get free feels, cause next thing you know, whoever you shooting it with, they wrestling with you, they got they titties on your head, they might have they nuts somewhere, you know, that it ain't supposed to be, but you really can't get mad because this how y'all shoot it. Did the sex game. In the sex game, it might be Well, not inside of the sex game, but if a person going that far with you, they might be done slap bot with you a couple of times, see where your hand game at. You know, they want to know if you can fight. They might, like I said, if they wrestling with you, they want to see if you can overpower them, if you stronger than them, so they can, you know what I mean, have their way with you. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, and that thing, you know, is all gripping on thighs and chests and, you know, all that. So that your sex game. Another part of it is it will be like someone standing up for you, someone who got your back, who ain't gonna let nobody F with you. If they say that, I ain't gonna let nobody fuck with you, you may need to watch that person. That might not be the person that, you know, that you want to be the coolest with. You know what I'm saying? Because unless it's like you're your homeboy. Sometimes y'all got a bond just that strong. I'm talking about, like, me and my partner got one like that. Me and a couple of my niggas. But if you got somebody, like I was telling you about, like the dude Fat, we just got too cool too quickly. You know what I mean? To the point, but, you know, we were, you know, he was gangster, so it was all good. But yeah, when someone trying to have your back, you don't want to just, you want to weave through that. Okay. So yeah, man, that's the sex game. It's like to test your might, test your strength, get some free feels. Now, you know, if something happen, if we wrestling and, you know, you get a grip or a grab in and they, oh, wait a minute, man, what you doing? You really can't get mad because, you know, we were just playing. My fault. You know, accidents happen when we playing. You can't get mad at that. My fault. We play all the time. You know what I mean? You know that I'm sorry. Then if you really want to get mad, you know, I could turn up like, bitch ass nigga, you know you can't whoop me. Fucking, you know, you turn that shit down. I done wrestle with you. I done slap bot with you. Don't make me beat your ass in here. So all that come from the sex game. All this gripping, grabbing, playing, grab assing and all that. All that was the sex game just to get you warmed up and primed. Them folk get your ass behind one of them locked doors, it going down. I remember, and I'm gonna call the name of my homeboy. These they real names, and only reason I'm using their real name, but well, this is real nicknames because first of all, like I said, this is 20 years gone, so they old like me now. I hope they don't feel no kind of way. Plus, you know, it's the real true story. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna use their government. I'm gonna use their real nickname. But when I was down there on the yard, I remember it was a dude named Gusto, and Gusto was tight with one of my close homeboys. You know what I mean? They were like old school together. So one of my homeboy TJ, you know, we was out on the yard together, and I don't know. See, it was a relationship that was going on before I was there. Everybody was cool. Everybody was homeboys. So I ain't know the complete dynamic. But I remember Gusto we was on the yard one day, and like Gusto was kind of swole. They called him Gusto because he was from Augusta, and that was his nickname, Gusto. And he was like kind of swole, aggressive. He had a real mean look, but he was real funny. And he always took me as real funny, but I think a lot of people were scared of him, right? Maybe him and folks up in the room. But and TJ was like me. TJ was bigger than me. He was just athletic, you know, put it like that. TJ was athletic, normal person, normal, you know, he ain't do no working out. We worked out a lot. But Gusto was pressing some issue, you know, I saw my homeboy telling, I saw my homeboy telling Gusto to leave TJ alone, but Gusto was pressing some kind of issue like, bro, I just want to see if he'll do it, bro. He used to talk funny. He was talking funny. I just want to see if he'll do it. All he got to do is hit me, and I'll leave him alone. And Gusto was saying that he wanted TJ to hit him in the mouth. And TJ kept walking away like, bro, go ahead with that bullshit, man. But Gusto was dead serious, you know. And again, you know, it could have been, who knows what that been, and it could have been just like Gusto testing bruh strength, you know what I'm saying, or heart, you know what I mean. And I seen TJ walk away from that shit like 3 times, like, bro, would you move, bro? Gusto following behind him like, bro, I just don't think he'll do it. My partner like, bro, leave him alone, bro. Get up, bro, leave him alone. No, I don't think he'll do it. Just do it. Just do it. I ain't even gonna hit you back. I ain't even gonna hit you back. Just do it. TJ will stop like, bro, would you get out my face, bro? Just, when you do it, I'm gonna leave you alone. TJ got mad, and I'm talking about he it wasn't like no knockout blow, but he caught back and he hit him in the jaw, hit him real good. Boom. Soon as he hit Gusto just turned around and walked away. All right, and just walked away. That was it. I ain't hear nothing else about it. And TJ went back to playing basketball. And I'm sitting there confused, like, damn, what's that about? But Gusto literally just begged TJ to hit him in the jaw and wouldn't stop till TJ did. And TJ hit his ass. But, you know, I can't say that was sex game. It was just another, it's an example of this shit that what I'm talking about. It was weird. It happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, you know, didn't nothing come of it, but that did happen. Now, guys who get comfortable with each other, they may play the sex game with each other. Like, I might play the sex game with my homeboy, but I'm not going to play the sex game with the country niggas and these other people that I don't know. So now, the white boys were a different story when it came to the sex game. The white boys completely welcomed the sex game. They had no problem with it. And I'm not saying this in like a racial manner. This was literally facts. At least the white boys in juvenile, or the white boys that I knew that were in prison, they had no problem with the sex game. Like, you can go down there to the trailer park where the white boys were at. You can walk in, it'll be 2, 3 of them in the shower with each other, butt naked. You know, and they just playing. That's how they play. Or you could go over there where they chill at. It'll be 2 of them in the bed, spooning. You know what I mean? Might be wrestling with each other, grab assing. And the white boys used to do what they used to call swap. You know, SWAP, swap. That mean, you know, I get you, you let me get, you know, I get you, you let me, I get you, I let you get me. That kind of deal. Swap. They used to swap. So it was almost like a strength for the white boys, because, you know, you couldn't pin them down with the homosexuality. They would be what they needed to be to get through the situation. They won't fight too hard for it, you know, if that's what was required of them. And then once they get to another place, another camp, or another situation where they could live freely like normal white boys again, they just go back to normal white boys. So it was kind of rare when you found a good, solid white boy that just stood up for himself. White boy, they would just about pretty much going for anything. They would go, you know, with each other. They would gay as hell. You know what I mean? It's just the truth. You got that kind of person. Then you got the predators who use the sex game just as an introduction to get the feeling on your booty and wrestling with you and grabbing your nuts and sweating with you and all this crazy stuff, right? We just keeping it real, raw, and uncut. I've never had nobody play the sex game with me, but my problem with Fat was he was a cool dude, but he would hit me with the sex game, and not like in a aggressive way, but something happened one day, and I don't know why, but I don't know what happened. But what I clearly remember is I said, suck my dick. And when I said suck my dick, he said, suck your ass. And it completely drove me crazy, because maybe I was trying to be disrespectful to him. I don't know. But maybe I was trying to be disrespectful to him. But, you know, his response wasn't the one that I wanted. It was more offensive than the one that I put out. So when I say something like that and he say what he say, now I'm offensive, like, bro, don't play with me like that. You know, I don't play that. And he'll return like, bro, you did it. You the one said it. You said that bullshit, and I said some more bullshit. So I remember we had a standoff like that one time, and I'm telling him that, bro, look, I'm serious. Don't play with me like that. But he ain't backing down, and he still got a smile on his face. He was bigger than me, and like I said, he was already a warrior. So bottom line is, I could tell that, you know, my woofing wasn't phasing him. So every time I be like, man, fuck you, or suck my dick, he'd be like, suck your ass. And that shit just drove me crazy. He did that shit to me twice. So I don't trust Fat because, you know, he got this slick sex game thing going on, and maybe one or two people had done told me that he was like that. But I didn't see him as being, you know, homosexual, but he was just real cool. And some of them are like that. They sneaky with it. So I don't trust Fat, but he acting like he got my back, and that's cool. So Dirty in there, Fat in there. You got Fat Boy in there. Fat Boy end up catching a case, a murder case on boat, right? So this nigga done lost his mind. You got some more people. You got Travis in there. You got Mills in there. You got Kiki in there. I'm basically surrounded by the wolves, right? Then you just got all kind of stupid ass politics going on. You got the punk from down the hill. Now he talking about he a G queen. I don't know what's going on. It was this was the dorm that made me determine that I wanted to have no parts of any organizations. The same punk that was down the hill sucking dick is now up here talking about he's a G queen, and the guys for some reason are going for it. So I come in the dorm, I see what's going on, first day or whatever. I think the first day they locked us down. They lock us down. Second day we get to come out, we got to be in order. While we locked down, we got to have our shoes shined up. They give us the Kiwi shoe shine. We got to have our shoes shined up. We got to have the uniforms in order. You got to be fresh shaved, all that. We come out, and the first half of the day until inspection is over is nothing but just cleaning and like getting ready. You cleaning yourself up. They buffing the floors. They washing windows. Everybody running. Nobody in G1 had details. Everybody inside there just took care of G1. So everybody running around doing what they doing. And again, I already had the incident with Travis. I told him about what I was going to do to Jawbo cousin, and he wigged out on me. Now, I done got cool with Fat and Dirty, and I come to find out, like I said, Dirty is a gangster, but the punk, Mo, is his punk. I mean, he done claimed this punk. I'm talking about, and no one has any objections to it, and they supposed to be gangsters. So, of course, I'm not going to make no objections to it because, again, I seem like the one that's oddball or abnormal. So I don't say nothing about it. Now the punk hollering about he G Queen. Some kind of way they get to talking about the punk, man, and I tell them just straight up, man, that punk was down the hill sucking dick. And one of the guys who I think Fat, he was like, who? Mo? I'm like, yeah, that one right there. He was, when we were down the hill, he was sucking dick. Fat said, nah, he don't do that. He don't suck dick at all. He ain't never sucked no dick. I said, man, I saw it with my own eyes. I saw that what that boy was doing. He said, That's on everything. I ain't gonna say what I said, boy, listen, I put that on everything. He said, all right, cool. We go to lunch, we come back a little bit later. So after inspection, after you have inspection, they come through, make sure everybody tight. Because if you ain't tight, you'll get one of them little slips I was telling you about, and you might have to do some more time. Man, after they come through, do inspection, everything gone, everybody go at rest. Or Officer Venable gone by his business, so they ain't stressing you no more. The guys roll up to me, fat, dirty, and one or two more niggas, Whip and somebody else, and they had the punk in tow. Fat was like, bro, tell me what you told me earlier about this boy. I'm like, man, I ain't know, bro, you offended. I just thought I was just letting y'all know. He like, no, bro. He said, this boy came in here and told us he ain't never sucked no dick. We been eating with him. We smoke with him. We do everything. This boy eat behind us, everything. He told us he ain't never sucked no dick. I looked at Mo. He looked at me, and he had a look in his eye like, I don't know what to say, but also, these niggas standing around me too. You know what I'm saying? And this was like my introduction as to how I got cool with these niggas. So I told him the truth. I said, nah, man, he lying. He been sucking dick. I tell y'all, I can get 2 or 3 homeboys tell y'all that boy, yeah, he do that. And they was like, damn. I mean, and I was like, damn, I had to tell them. So they were like, I appreciate it. Boom. They turn around, they take the boy, Dirty take the boy in his room and slam the door. Some kind of way they had made it to where they were roommates. Dirty take the boy in his room and slam the door. Next thing you know, we down sitting at the table in the middle of the pod. I'm watching, observing how everything going on. I hear screaming. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So I look up to the room where I hear the screaming at. It's Dirty room where him and the boy went. And as I'm looking around the table, nobody else is acting like they hear this screaming, but I clearly hear this screaming. I mean, it's like one of them help me scream, stop, I'm sorry, help me screams, but high pitched, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm also feeling bad for the boy because I done told the boy business. I ain't know the boy came up here and told everybody that he was something that he was not. You know, nobody had told me about that. So I said something to somebody, I can't remember. I think I said it with the Fat. I was like, damn, bro, ain't nobody gonna goddamn. And he was like, well, mind your business, white boy. And I look at the room and I'm like, bro, you see here? He was like, white boy, they ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Enough said. I ain't got nothing else to say. So now I got me a little group that I'm kind of with inside of the unit. It's the, you know, they gangsters, but they kind of weird. They kind of gay. One of them might be, you know, crushing on me, but he ain't gonna say nothing. But I don't know. I just don't know how it is, right? And I done also told, like I said, somebody was having a conversation about Pool being Meals boy because every day, every time we get free time, that's where they hang at. You know, someone was laughing about it. I laughed about it too. And now the word done got to him that I was talking about him. So one day, somebody come and ask me like, hey, bro, Pool want to see you. Pool want to holler at you. So I noticed that he down there sitting down by Meals' room. So I go down there, you know, by the door. So I go down by the door. I'm like, what's up, bro? He was like, Meals one right there. And he looked up at me. He was like, bro, I want one. I'm like, what you mean? He like, bro, I want one. You were talking about me to such. And I was like, bro, why would I talk about you? And then I went to thinking about it and I thought about the conversation. And the first thing that come through my head was, no, that wasn't me saying that. I was there when it was said, but that wasn't me saying that. But I didn't, like, I ain't stand on it like, no, bro, I ain't like that, etc. Because I don't know. This man is a rapist and you do be down here every day. So I'm like, bro, that ain't what I said. He was like, bruh, I want one. So I'm trying to tell Mia, the way that this thing is set up, I know that if me and Pooh get to fighting, we gonna have to go in the room. They had nowhere for us to duck off, and they also had a control booth, an officer's control booth up the front. It's like the first 3 feet may be concrete, but the rest of it is glass. So there's really no hiding spots. If we gonna fight, we gotta go in the room. I really don't want to fight in the room. I don't want to fight Pooh, but I really don't want to fight in the room. So I'm telling them, I'm like, bro, listen, that wasn't me that said that. You know, if that's gonna make you happy, I give you one. But I'm telling you now, bro, that wasn't me that said that. I don't know why they said that or why they told you that or whatever. So I hear Mills in the room, from the same room, holler, man, he say he want one, give him one. Off the muscle, I'm getting mad. Because it's like, damn, how bro in our business? You know what I mean? Now, let me even rewind it a little bit, because I forgot about this confrontation. When I first come in the dorm, I was trying to figure out where to start too. Go back a little bit. So when I first come in the dorm, like I said, we locked down on the first day, and the whole day I'm anxious because we also done had this rumor from when I was in A unit. Now it's at least anywhere from 11 to 15 months later. I ain't got the same anger. I'm still anxious about it because I gotta say something to him about it, but I'm probably just not the same person. You know, I don't know, who knows, but anyway, I'm just not mad no more. So on the first day when we get to come out, you know, I can see he keep on looking at me and stuff, and you know, I really want to have a conversation with him. So I walk over to him. I'm like, what going on, bro? He was like, what's up? And, you know, he was looking kind of standoffish too. And I noticed certain things about him. Like, he wouldn't get within certain reach. Even when I come up, he'd be looking at me like from a side distance or a side view type. But he wouldn't let me get no more than 3 or 4 feet up to him. Like, wouldn't let me get all the way up on him. And I never would come up in a threatening manner. You know what I mean? He had a pretty dangerous reputation himself. Plus I knew he had people in there that would do his bidding also. So I'm like, bro, you know I've been meaning to holler at you, right? He like, holler at me about what? I said, man, when I was up in A unit and I went to the hole, you remember we was in the hole? You like, yeah, I remember we was in the hole. I'm like, man, somebody came back to the dorm and told me that you said this and said that. And he looked at me, I'm talking about, as soon as I said it, he was like, Tutu, ain't it? And I was like, you know, it threw me off because I wasn't going to expose who had said it. Not only that, Tutu had went home. Tutu had already went home. He went home from juvenile, or he went from juvenile to like PC and then went home. If I'm not mistaken, he never made it across the yard. So he had already went home. I'm like, yeah, bro, Tutu said that. He was like, man, I was going to kill that boy. He was like, he told me that, he said Tutu told me that he was going to put it on somebody else because I burned his ass up. I burned him up in the shower and he didn't want to do nothing. So he said he was going to tell somebody else that I did it to them. So I'm sitting there looking and I'm trying to figure out, you know, like you don't know who to believe. You don't want to know who to react and not only that, but the heat done died down around it already, right? The heat done died down around it already. I'm fresh. I'm new. He a vet. So if I attack him, I might just be putting myself in trouble that I don't even know about. He also had that flunky ass nigga Dre in the dorm too. So I just don't want to attack him. Plus he's saying that he blaming it on Tutu, someone who no longer here no more, and I can't get in contact with Tutu. So I'm like, cool, it's all good. I ain't gonna push the issue. Plus, I know for a fact that you ain't try me like that. I know it, and it just, you know, it didn't seem right. Now I don't believe him, but at the same time, you know, he ain't willing to admit he did no bullshit like that to my face. So it's all good. So we get over that. So we keep going on, like I said, through the dorm, and now I see as every day going by, I can see that Pool and Mike D be in this room. It's another little nigga from Savannah be in this room every day too. I was just gonna call that nigga Sausage Head because he had a funny shaped head. I can't remember his name. But he used to do a lot of working out, kind of swole. But they had him, then he had a little flunky nigga. Dre used to run around with him doing all kind of bullshit for him too, right? So I remember one day we out on the basketball court, all this G1. We out on the basketball court and we playing basketball, man. I'm playing with the guys. Like I said, I ain't familiar. I ain't really familiar. I ain't got no team here. You know what I mean? The one dude that was up there with me, man, Joker. Damn, y'all don't know Joker. So some people know. So I had a guy from Decatur. His name was Joker. He was there with me too. Didn't really make me feel no more comfortable, to be honest, but he was there. So one day we out playing basketball and, you know, I can't remember exactly how the game was going, but I can remember knowing that, you know, I can remember feeling like no matter what was going on or what I was doing, I wasn't showing no weakness at all, period. So me and Sausage Head, we had been, you know, getting a little rough on the basketball court, throwing a couple of bowls and doing this or doing that or whatever. And one time something had happened to where like we both went up for a ball and, you know, some kind of way the ball hit the ground and we both on the ground scrambling for the ball. And when it was all said and done, like when we stopped wrestling for the ball, I got the ball, but he's no longer even going for the ball, doing all the scrambling. Maybe he done got mad. So he's standing over me, like maybe over my shoulders, and he just like huffing and puffing, almost like he just standing over me. But I'm not realizing that this is what's going on because I'm still scrambling for the ball. And when I turn around and see he's no longer going for the ball and he like over me mad, but he's like kind of over my shoulder because I'm on the ground. Man, I tried to flip that nigga. I put like everything that was in me and everybody was outside. I raised up, I pulled my legs up from going from a damn near from a laying down position. I pulled my legs up under me, got up, and I like almost like doing a squat because we were used to doing squats. When we work out, you put somebody on your shoulders and you do your squats. That's how you get your legs. So I put all my weight up under me and I jumped up so fast. Man, I jumped up so fast. The nigga fell back on his back. He fell, you know, on his feet, hit his back, and now he on the ground. I took the basketball, I hit him in the face with it. Boom! Bitch ass nigga. So when I hit him in the face with it, Mill them watching. Now they coming over like they gonna do something. And when Mill run over, you know, I square off on a nigga like, bro, what the fuck, what you gonna do? Because the tension is already high. You know, we had the run in down the hill. Then you been fucking with my homeboys. I ain't even tell y'all about Moss. But you been fucking with my homeboys. Then I know you got these millionaire niggas on me and all this old stupid ass kind of shit. Plus, we just don't like each other. He a country hog killer. And this is what I'm thinking is I'm a light-skinned dude with green eyes. So just by nature, I shouldn't be tough to break. But me, I wasn't going for it. So, you know, anytime that they would get disrespectful, I would get disrespectful back. And it'd be like, fuck that shit. And I don't think that they appreciated that. They want a nigga to cow down and be some kind of weak-ass, punk-ass nigga. And it just wasn't in me. I just wasn't going. Whether I win or lose, you know what I mean? It just wasn't in me. So Mill's coming up and I get to squaring up on him like, yeah, nigga, I know what y'all nigga wanted to do. Y'all been wanting anyway. So he looking like he kind of surprised, like, damn, I went in. He like, bro, I tell you what, when we come in, just meet me at my room. I'm like, man, fuck you in your room. We can do it right here. He like, nah, we ain't gonna do it right here. I'm like, man, I ain't going to no room. So boom, We stop what we doing. Everybody go back to what they doing. It's a little big scene. Nobody, nothing happened. That goes on. About 30 minutes later, now I still got my anticipation because, you know, I've been waiting for some kind of showdown anyway. I knew it was gonna go down. When I come in the dorm, give me 1 second. When I come in the dorm, his room is toward the back of the dorm. I go to the back where his room at, and he go to the room, and he like holding his door open to be popped. But I'm standing outside the room. I'm like, come on, bro, let's roll. He like, come on in the room. I'm like, bro, I'm not going in no room. He like, man, why you acting like you scared? I ain't want to say it. I probably wouldn't say it then. Nigga, I was scared. I ain't going in no motherfucking room with you. You know, we can fight out here. We can fight like out here under the V at the bottom of the range. Is plenty of room. You know, we do what we got to do, and everybody can see it. But I'm not going to no room. I'm not going to no room, period. Call me scared, call me whatever. I'm not doing it. So me and him had a standoff right there. He trying to get me to go in the room. I'm trying to get him to come out and give me one up under the stairs, and neither one of us is being successful. He you know, from his standpoint, he don't want to get in trouble and all this and all that. And me, I don't give a fuck. Y'all been doing this. I'm new, bro. I'm not, I ain't going like that. No, I'm trying to make it through this thing. Plus, it's a way for me to kind of cop out. You know what I'm saying? Get away from this bullshit. So bet. So that incident go by. It's all good. Let me rewind a little bit again. You know, this is why I be having to write this stuff down, because when I come in. So when I first come in the dorm, I noticed the first day, Moss was sitting. When you come in the dorm, the dormitory got two sides, and both sides got a staircase. Moss is sitting on the right staircase. He got his, when you get there, they give you a blue Scully, which is a state hoodie, and pull it over. You can like a skull cap for when they get cold. They give you a coat that say state property. They give you a blue skull cap. Moss got his skull cap pulled down, and it's coming past. It's coming like I can see just one side of his face. His skull cap is like covering his head, but it's coming all the way down here. It's been totally stressed out. So the first day I see him, even though I already heard the room on him, I don't want to run up on him. And then the first day I see him, I throw the deuce like, what's up, bro? He just throw the deuces at me. He ain't say nothing to me. He just throw the deuces at me. He didn't look like anything was wrong with him. And it must have not been too bad because, you know, I don't know what was going on, but maybe they was hiding him or whatever doing inspection. I don't know, but whatever was going on, he never got caught on the first couple of days that I was there. So I remember the first day speaking to him, and then on the second day, when he was just sitting up there by himself, I went up there. Man, I went up there, and I'm trying to talk to Moss, and, you know, he trying to be normal, and he talking, but you can clearly tell that there's something wrong. And every time he say something, you know, it's muffled. I'm like, bro, you good? I'm like, I'm good, bro. And I had been saying, bro, you want me to go tell them folks you need some help? He was like, no, bro, I'm good. So however long this had been going on, Moss just been sitting up here with a broke jaw. I don't think the man been eating or nothing. He looking so sad and pitiful, pathetic. I'm like, bro, I'm going to tell them folks you need some help. He was like, no, bro, I'm good, bro. Man, I said, let me see. I mess around, and Moss pulled his hat up and showed me. Man, Moss' whole side of his jaw was just like I don't know how, but this shit was just long, and it was like fat and swole, but it was messed up, man. You could tell that he was in a whole lot of pain, and I don't know what he was wishing or waiting on, but he wasn't telling the officials, he wasn't telling nobody, he was just bearing with the pain. I'm like, damn, bro. I ain't even get a chance to ask him what happened because, first of all, you know, we had heard what happened, and I don't want him to have to be reliving that. Plus, you know, stupid ass still in the dorm down there. He probably see me talking to Moss or whatever. Man, we went to lunch that day, came back, and Moss was gone. They took Moss to the not the infirmary, but the hospital on the like the real deal hospital outside the campus. So Moss was gone. Dang. So it went on like that for a little while, man. Now Kiki, I had been hearing about Kiki a lot. I heard about all his accomplishments and all he had going on, but Kiki never was a problem for me. He was the leader of the country hog killers. A lot of dudes, Fat Boy ended up catching a murder case trying to impress Kiki. That's who Fat Boy wanted to be like. He wanted to have the Predator name, the Predator reputation. He wanted everybody to be scared of him and this type of thing. One day, Fat and Fat Boy get to going back and forth and arguing with each other. And Fat Boy called Fat out. And Fat tell him like, bro, I don't want to fight you, man. Go ahead on with your little fat ass. And Fat Boy like, nah, nigga, come on, nigga, let's do it. And, you know, it's weird that he trying to fight the man. And then when they actually do go in the room and rumble, Fat Boy can't fight a lick. It's really an art to being able to fight in the room. Even a person that can fight maybe can't fight in the room. A person that probably has no win can probably get in that room and do something. So Fat Boy go in the room and fight with Fat. Don't nobody get real hurt, but it's just one of them fights to get you a little respect. You know, and later on, like I said, he wound up catching a murder charge. So one day I'm in my room. When the weekends come, it's pretty much laid back. They'll pop your doors in the morning, and you just go from there. But most people don't even come out their room, man. The couple of people that are out of their room are like in the middle of the day room watching cartoons or watching something on TV. Most people just stay in their room. Man, you're talking about a dreary, depressed state and situation. You almost be happy for the Mondays when there's a lot of hustle and bustle and everything going on, because it shows a sign of life. You know, we got lunch coming up, we got dinner, then we got rec. On the weekends, it's just nothing on nothing. Ain't nothing going on, man. It was really depressing. And one day we get up and we go to our rooms. We get up, we go to breakfast. When we come back from breakfast, I'm gonna go in my room and go to sleep. I'm on the top bunk. I go in my room and I lock my door. When I go in my room and lock the door, I get on my top bunk. I fluff my pillow, doing what I'm finna get ready to do, getting ready to go to sleep. I don't have no roommate at this point. Or if I did, he was outside. He was outside of the room. As soon as I get ready to doze off, I hear my door click. I look up because I'm looking for my roommate. My roommate don't come in the room. And that was almost like a sign. If I'm in my room and that door click, then, you know, my roommate need to be outside of the door, like waving his hand at the officer, like open this door or something. You can't just click it and then somebody come running up to the room 3 or 4 minutes later. So I jump off my bed. And I go to the door, and there's nobody outside of my room to have my door clicking. So I open my door and close it. Boom, I slam it. This locks it again for, you know, nobody can't come in or out of my room. I go get in my bed again. About 10, 20 minutes later, I get the same thing. My door open, click. I jump on my bed fast this time. I don't see nobody. I don't see my roommate. I don't see nobody. I think somebody playing with me. So this time, I'm not going to sleep. I'm already paranoid because I'm in G1. I ain't going to sleep. I open my door, I put my shoes on, and I go out into the day room. Once I go out into the day room, I see Mills, Mike D, and Poole sitting under the stairs on the floor. And they just all watching me, all three of them. Ain't nobody smiling, and they just all watching me. And I'm thinking like, damn, and I'm trying to figure out how was this connected? What did these niggas have to do with my door clicking and why? I know something going on, but I don't know why. Man, they come and tell me one time again, like, when I go downstairs, sit down up under the TV, they come and ask me, Mill come and ask me, you ain't gonna get Poole one? I'm like, bro, I thought, I'm feeling like we already been through this. And I'm like, and I know that he just trying to get me to fight Poole. I'm feeling like he just want me to fight Poole so that he can check out my fight game and see, how far that he can push it with me, right? So I'm like, nah, I ain't. So I'm telling him, I'm like, I got it straight with Poole. He like, nah, he ain't straight. So I look at Poole, I'm like, let me go holler. I go holler at Poole. I'm like, bro, you still? He like, bro, I just want one, man. I'm like, bro, if you really want one, I gonna give you one. But, I told you, bro, I don't want to fight you. It's straight. I ain't say nothing about you. He like, bro. But I'm like, look, man, you want one, I gonna give you one. I'm hoping this nigga gonna be like, nah, it's all good. He was like, bet, let's do it. I'm like, damn, fuck it. Bruh, I go lace up my boots, go put on my boots, take off my shirt. We go off in the room. As we going in the room, I'm trying to tell Poole again, I'm not copping deuces, but I just really don't want to fight in this room, bro. I just don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm afraid of it. I'm telling him, I'm like, look, bro, I told you I ain't say that, bro. You got it. The whole time he listening, he listening. He got his hand on one hand on the bunk, another hand like on the wall, but he listening like he ain't listening. He like, bro, can we just fight? Now, I know what's going on at this point. At this point, he fighting for his pride. Whatever was said or however it was said, everybody heard it. So he got to get around. And not only that, it'll be better if he get a win in. You know what I'm saying? Man, when Poole said it that last time, like, man, can we just fight? I was like, fuck it. I said, boom. I walked up on him, pumped straight in the mouth. Bow. Man, I don't know. I couldn't focus on like a combo or trying to put nothing together because like I said, I'm too nervous of you literally fighting in about maybe 5.5 minutes. No, you fighting in about 4 feet in a space in the middle with metal on both sides. And again, I'm scared. I literally don't know what Poole did. As soon as I punched him in the mouth, Poole jumped over me. I don't know if he climbed over the bunk or ran because I never saw him. He done something, whatever kind of trick he done learned, whatever Mill done taught him about fighting in this damn room. This nigga will get behind me. He's behind me. Some kind of way he behind me, man, and he do some kind of trick on me and Poole choked me out. Poole choked me out. When I wake up, Poole walking out the room. That's it. Everybody at the door looking. But it was like a little pass out move. Whatever, everybody at the door was looking and it was just kind of like over with. To be honest, I was a little more happy that Poole was able to get that off his chest. I don't know what the fuck he did in the room, what kind of flips he did or whatever. But I never got the chance to do what I want to do with him. And he ain't do nothing to me. He just jumped over me and choked me out. Unless he had done beat me up while I was asleep. But I ain't have no bruises, no scars, no nothing. So, that went down. It was over with. I'm thinking we all good. Man, that same night, I'm in the, that same night, I'm in my room, and now we gotta, for some reason they had went around checking rooms, and my room had been one of the rooms that come up that the floor needed to be waxed. So I'm in my room getting ready to wax my floor. I got my shirt off. I'm laying the wax down. You got to lay the wax, let it dry, lay another coat, let it dry, do this, do that, then go get the buffer. As I'm coming out my room, letting my room wax, I see a pair of boots. I can see a pair of boots standing outside my door. The reason why this is alarming is because nobody's supposed to be upstairs, especially in G1. Nobody's supposed to be on the top range just hanging around. The officers ain't gonna play that. Especially, you know, if you're not doing your flow. I was one of the ones to be assigned to be doing my flow, so I could be up there. But for whatever reason, when I look outside my door, I see somebody standing, I see boots, then I look up, and this Mike D, he's standing on the rail with his gloves on and his boots on. The fact that he got his boots on already mean that there's a problem, right? So I come out my room and I'm looking at him because he had a nice little reputation too for having the hands, say he could fight real good. But he also had a reputation that he was Mills' boy. I don't know how that happened because he probably could beat Mills if he wasn't scared of him. So I'm looking at Mike D. I'm like, bro, what going on? He like, first he was looking the other way. He wasn't even looking at me. He turned back. He was like, what's up? I looked the other way and pool is on the other side of my door. So now it's like alarms going off in my head. Like, boy, you in danger. And someone was telling me that they was coming up to my room. Had they made it to my room without me seeing, they were going to come in there on me. So I grabbed my shirt off the floor. I walk out my room. I slam the door. Boom. I'm like, man, what the fuck going on here? I'm looking at pool. He like, bro, what you talking about? I'm like, damn, I thought we were good. He like, I don't know what you talking about. I look at Mike D. I'm like, bro, y'all lying. Y'all niggas up here on this bullshit. So Mike D ain't even try to fake it. He turned around to me. He was like, nigga, I'll fight you one-on-one. I don't know what you talking about. We can go on and get it right now. I'm like, oh, see, this is bullshit. I know for a fact Mills is sending these niggas at me to either see if I can fight or to see if I will fight or to see what's going on, how bad they can, or whatever. Because me and this man ain't never had no problem. We ain't got no problem. You know, we supposed to be under the same umbrella. And I don't even know this nigga. And he's snapping on me like this. Somebody done sent them to me, right? I'm looking. Now, when I walk past Mike D. I look down on the stairs. Mills under there again. I'm like, no. I tell Mike D, I'm like, no, bro. I ain't fighting y'all nigga no more. He like, nigga, we just do one-on-one. I ain't got to jump on you. I'm like, no, bro. I ain't fighting y'all nigga ass no more. It's over with. We didn't get to fight, man. I refuse to fight any more of them niggas. It was just over with. I remember Fat and Dirty coming up there asking me if it was a problem. Man, guess what, y'all? I've been sitting here, man, and I've been wrecking my brain trying to figure out which part that I was missing because it was feeling like something wasn't connecting. Man, I'm dead wrong, man. And I truly apologize to my homeboy for this, and I apologize to the guys listening to my story. Man, I talked the whole hour, and even though I've been gone this long, I left something out, and I ain't gonna lie, I forgot my boy, man. It was a guy in there named DB, and to be honest, man, I probably owe my sanity to DB. Man, this dude was like, I'm gonna be honest, man, he was everything I needed. So when I first come in the dorm, I ended up getting cool with him. I noticed that this was a guy that nobody played with. There was a guy, he had a whole lot of energy. He on the basketball court. Every time we go, his name was DB, light-skinned fella. And not only that, but he was a workout monster. All he would want to do was work out any chance he get. Pull-ups, push-ups, but it was all calisthenics. I never seen him do anything with any weights. And he was one of them square body guys. Like he was real square body, but it was all muscle. He was ripped up, and he was about the foolishness. When I went in G1, the rumor that was going on around him was that he was an old boy. It was said that once upon a time, you know what I'm saying, he had fell victim. But I'm gonna be honest, I never saw that in DB. And man, listen, the boy was a 100% soldier, 100%. When I had the first altercation and I snapped on Mills, and you know I had to get loud with him. For some reason, that kind of it made him start liking me, and we drew to each other. And it was already something going on in the dorm as to where these two groups weren't liking each other. But I swear on everything, man, they respected that boy DB. They wasn't gonna fuck with him. Like like when the situation happened and the guys came up to my room, man, DB had took off his shirt and put on his gloves and came up to my room and was like, and he just kind of like bogart through the crowd, like, bro, you good? You straight? You good? You trying to come out of here? You need anything? And, you know, I'd be looking at them niggas and I'd be like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Cause he was literally ready to go and fight with any one of them, with anybody. And I ain't gonna lie, that probably kept them at bay when it came to me, seeing how cool me and him was. And like I said, they would do the little whispering behind his back. Nobody would take that shit to him head up. And he was always ready, always willing, throw his gloves on every chance he get. He tried to fight Mike Vincent, you know, in a place of me, and Mike Vincent didn't want to fight. I had forgot about that too. Mike Vincent didn't want to fight. So man, I can't remember where DB was from, man, but it was that little coalition right there, and DB and Fat were tight too. So it was like me, Fat, Dirty, and DB, and that was like my, while I was in G1, that was, you know, what I had those were the guys that, you know, I had to get with in order to survive. Rumor was that Dirty was, you know, an old boy, but they wasn't playing with him in there. I got much respect for him. They were saying the same thing about DB. They definitely weren't gonna play with him, and I ain't gonna lie, bro was hitting hard as a motherfucker. It was a rumor in there. He had got to fighting with somebody and mess around and punch the wall and knock the chunk out of the wall. No bullshit. And he had to knock somebody else out in there. Like DB had a real reputation in there, but they weren't playing with bruh. So it was DB, Dirty, and Fat, and those were the guys that, you know, pretty much helped me make it through ITP, man. You know, to the point that I could say that had they not been there, I don't know how it could have turned out. I mean, I was too stupid to sign PC, but maybe this would have been enough, you know, for me to go ahead and do that. But man, much shout out to DB, man. That was my partner down in Alto. If anybody know him, if anybody know of him, if anybody got his information, remember him, if any of it sound familiar, man, hit me up or drop a line in the comment, man. I wouldn't mind getting up with my boy. But I'm telling you, straight soldier, that boy DB. So yeah, man, and after that, man, I ain't had no more problems out of them boys, man. After they saw that DB and Dirty, cause when DB was down to go with me, cause DB was straight gangster, and Dirty and Fat was too. When DB was down to go with me, I had a whole gangster list on my side. And that's just how it is, man. You know what I mean? It might be, if you could even say I was saved by some I don't even know what to say. I can't even call them. I can't call them boy no old nothing. You know what I mean? Them boy was straight soldier, man. But and I appreciate them for having my back. And any time it would have had it went down with them, you know, I'm front lining too. But man, I can't believe I forgot about DB. I really appreciate that, homie. I hope you out there doing good, man. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think DB had a whole lot of time, maybe like a 20 years or something. He had already done, you know, 14, you know, 13 or 14, something like that. So he should be out by now. Kiki never had a run in. He never was a problem. Never looked my way. But he had that reputation. I was ready for him too. My homeboy Poole, we never end up being cool again. But he had the reputation of being a boy. So that is what it is. And that was it, man. I went from G1 to C15. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Hit the like button, hit the share, subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.